What's up, everybody? First things first, I'm going to do a Q&A video this week. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, ask on my Twitter. You can write it on any of my pictures on Instagram. I look through those comments too. You can ask anything. I mean, you can ask anything, questions about me or school or life or working out or anything like that. I'll look at all of them and I'll answer some of everything. I've got a good list of questions that I've gotten already, so be ready for that. So on to the video. As you can see from the title up there, I'm jumping on the bandwagon of all the other gay YouTubers. And I'm gonna give my 2 cents about some coming out tips. I hope that my experience maybe can help somebody out there that is considering coming out or questioning why or how they should come out. Anyway, so my first tip would be to go at your own pace. Don't rush. A lot of people regret rushing and coming out really fast and just take your time. A lot of people are all about, coming out, and it's the way to promote and advance our community and be proud of who you are, and I'm all about being proud. No one, and very few people are as proud of being gay as I am, but you still don't want to put yourself in a situation that could, not necessarily be harmful to you, but make your life harder. If you're still living at home and your parents will completely be against it and, could potentially make your life harder, why not wait until you're not necessarily under their wing anymore? I know several people though that have had parents that talked trash about gay people and just how much they hated them and said, I've even had friends that said, oh, if my kid were gay, I would never support him or anything like that. And then eventually when they ended up finding out their kids were gay, were completely supportive. It may have taken a little while, but eventually they came around. So most of the time, the parents will love you enough to come around. Now, I do know some cases where it hasn't been the same, but honestly, it's different for everybody. You kind of have to gauge your own situation. So my next tip would be that if you haven't told anybody, to tell a close friend that you trust. The first thing that I did was tell my friend Chad, who I knew had other gay friends. So I felt more comfortable telling him because I knew that he was kind of comfortable with the situation too, and I was able to talk to him about it. And that was just a huge support in my life, just to be able to have one person to talk to about it. And that carried me through a year. I was able to sit for a year. People are like, oh, once you come out once, it's over. See, I personally think that coming out is a lifelong thing. When I moved to my new job here at the Air Force Base, no one knew who I was. No one knew anything about me. And I want those people to know. I like being able to talk freely with people that I'm working around about just my social life and things like that. So it's a big thing. So still I had to come out to these people. So you will continuously come out for the rest of your life. You have to kind of learn how to be effective without labeling yourself as being only gay. For example, I started optometry school, and this is in one of my videos called Gay Professional Student Life. When I started professional school, I didn't want everyone in my class to think of me as Andrew, the gay guy. I wanted them to think of me Andrew, the guy that's kind of fun to be around and that's smart. Oh, and he's also gay. You just don't want to get yourself labeled as the gay guy straight off. That's not who you are. That's not all that there is to you. Another piece of advice would be to stay calm. Say a lot. You don't want to overreact when your parents start saying that they don't approve or that they don't give you permission. You don't need their approval or permission. Don't straight up just say that. Just be calm and say, I understand where you're coming from. It's not necessarily their fault that they see it that way. So just don't overreact, don't storm out, don't, become dramatic. Just, if you can remain calm through a stressful situation like that, you can handle anything. It's a lot harder said than done when somebody that you love is, telling you that they don't like this part about you that you can't change. But if you remain calm, it will help them kind of clear their head too and realize, maybe I'm being a little bit, I may be jumping the gun on this just a little bit, or, maybe there is more to know about it. And just ask them, like, do a little research. I know that a lot of you probably have very religious families, and so they're gonna cite, the Bible. Don't just start spouting out that whole argument about, oh, well, the Bible also says that you can't eat shellfish or whatever. They don't care. That's not, that they just seem to shirk the argument off. Just be like, yes, the Bible does say that. Do some research about homosexuality being a choice, that it's not, or do some research about how, like how many teens commit suicide because of the stress and discrimination that homosexual teens get. Like, the support will really, just trying to present to them some education, for lack of a better word, can help a lot. You have to really think, these people have been around in your life for who knows how long, right? If you're coming out to a family member, or if it's a friend, it's somebody that feels comfortable around you. The person you're telling obviously loves you. Their family, they pretty much have to. If they're a friend, then they obviously like being around you. I think it's important to set your expectations to the right level. Obviously, if you have very, very religious parents that obviously condemn what they think is the abomination of gay relationships, you shouldn't expect your mom to take you on a shopping spree the next day. When the time comes to tell them, they're probably going to be upset. This is big news for them. They're not going to be your gay best friend that you can tell everything to and talk about guys with or whatever. Like, you shouldn't just expect that. And a lot of people have those really high expectations that they want from their parents. Some of us do have that with our parents, which is phenomenal. But just not everybody gets that lucky. And you'll have friends that you can talk to that way with. For me, I don't like talking to my mom about that stuff. She would love to talk about what guys I think are cute with me, but it's kind of weird. My last piece of advice is to do a little bit more research before you come out. Be ready to answer the questions that they're going to ask. Don't label yourself if you don't want to be labeled. You don't have to go up and just make a big statement saying to everyone, I'm gay. But if somebody asks you, is there anyone that you're attracted to and you feel comfortable with it, say, yeah, there's this guy over there that I like. They're like, oh, you're gay? And then be like, yes. You don't have to wear a flag that says I'm gay all the time if you don't feel comfortable doing that. I would do some research too to know how other people came out. There are a ton of coming out advice and videos online to see what people did and how their stories were. They can kind of set your expectations right. I swear, having one person in the workplace that I've ever been at that I can talk to about, the cute guy that comes in, or my weekend, or anything like that where I went out, and just being able to be truthful with somebody and really tell them what's going on in my life. My day goes by so much faster. I just feel like I'm having such a better time. I feel like I'm not hiding anything, and it's such a good feeling. And that's why we're doing these videos. That's why people do these coming out advice tips, because it really does feel good to be open. And it's definitely a goal that I think that everyone should have, is to come out. I know I said earlier, don't be pressured to do it. You shouldn't do it without the right timing, but you should definitely look forward to being able to do it, or to doing it someday. I came out when I was 15, like I said in my coming out video, but I have friends that are 26, 27 that are my age that still haven't told their parents. I have friends that are even older than me that don't intend on telling their parents. I mean, they love their parents, they're in a great relationship with their parents. They don't need to talk to their parents about this. All right, guys, I know you're probably tired of me rambling. But anyway, if you have any questions about coming out or being gay or anything like that, put them down below. Everybody's situation is different, so it's kind of hard for me to answer specific questions, but I'll do my best. If you have any questions for my Q&A, don't forget to ask those. Be sure you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and subscribe to me on YouTube if you haven't already. I've been posting a lot of videos recently, really been turning them out there. Thank you so much for watching again, guys, and I'll see you in a couple days.